Welcome to Star Citizen and the target acquisition guide for beginners and advanced players. In this guide, we cover the advanced possibilities of target acquisition, the use of special functions for space combat, as well as the advanced use of head and eye trackers such as the Tobii Eye Tracker 5. We will also go into the possibilities of using advanced functions without a dedicated head or eye tracker. The aim of this guide is to show you the necessary techniques to enable the extended use of missiles as well as torpedoes, and of course the possibilities to use a significantly extended overview in space combat. Besides the basic options of target acquisition, the pinning of targets as well as the possibility to keep an active target permanently in the field of view, we will also go into the possibilities of acquiring your targets in the missile operator mode, also outside the direct field of view, as well as to take fire with missiles and torpedoes. In other words, the possibility of shooting around the corner, so to speak. But let's start with the basic target acquisition.
I was born for the war, I was born for the battle.
You can select attackers in front of you with button 4, and by pressing button 4 again you can switch between several attacking targets. With button 5 you can select general enemy targets in front of you.
When the smoke clears, it's me that you see.
Targets that are directly in your targeted area can be activated with the T button. It is irrelevant whether this is a hostile, neutral or even friendly target. And already active targets, whether friendly or hostile, can be pinned as targets with the combination Alt as well as number keys from 1 to 3, which can subsequently be switched through again with the 1, 2, 3 keys. Other useful target captures include switching through all friendly targets with the 6 key and switching through all contacts with the R key. But now we come to the padlock function, which we can use as a rudimentary alternative to a dedicated head or eye tracker, so that we can never lose sight of our intended target in space combat or PvP dogfights. By activating this padlock function, our gaze is directed directly at our target, no matter what flight position we are in, but this still seems unusual, especially at the beginning. However, this option offers a simplified mode of operation that a head or even a head and eye tracker can offer. This is because, especially in fast space battles or areas with obstacles, it is useful to be able to track one's targets outside the direct frontal area in order to initiate possible countermeasures or to avoid attacks. And one of the clearest strengths here is that in the missile operator mode we can also cover our enemy with missiles and torpedoes from the side or even diagonally to the rear. After the target switching is also possible here. In order to be able to use this padlock function, we activate it in our options menu, and there under game settings, whereby we recommend that you assign a separate key under the extended keyboard settings for a short-term activation.
It'll take me anywhere but down, so I think I'll hang out in the clouds.
This allows us to decide whether we want to use the function or not, depending on the situation. We have chosen the M key for this. In combat, we can then assign the padlock function to an active target in front of us and deactivate it at any time by pressing the key again. However, the padlock function is not a substitute for a head or even a head and eye tracker, and this gives us much more powerful options for all areas of space combat or for controlling ships or vehicles in general.
Sometimes into the great unknown.
However, without additional hardware, we can already benefit considerably from the use of the padlock function, as not only is the missile operator mode upgraded, but also a significant increase in the overview in combat goes hand in hand with this.
We found a better way to fly.
In order to fire guided missiles at our target in padlock mode, it is sufficient to wait for the activation, whereby the minimum distance must of course be maintained, and fire the missile.
Say you're ready for a new thing. Let's take ourselves up to the sky, yeah.
Especially in ships with increased missile and torpedo capacities, we can profit significantly more from this arsenal.
Say you're ready for a new thing.
However, we get the maximum possibilities with dedicated hardware, such as a head tracker or even a head and eye tracker, such as the Tobii 5, after it received the extended functionality with Alpha 3.15 to actively select targets through a detection with the eyes.
You better.
And to avoid confusion, the reddish area shown in the pictures is the active eye tracking, which is not visible in the game itself and has been actively faded in especially for this guide to make the functionality comprehensible.
Make no mistake. I'm a game changer. I'm a risk taker.
And of course, pure head tracking is also possible with infrared solutions or camera systems, which already enable a significant improvement in immersion as well as the options for control and overview. The additional eye tracking, however, opens up another level of control, which can represent a considerable added value.
I don't hide from the battle.
If you are interested in further information about the head and eye tracking functions of the Tobii 5, we recommend the dedicated Tobii 5 guide here in the channel. You can also download our free PDF on settings and configuration with recommendations on our Discord.
No time for regret.
To activate the eye tracking based target selection, we go to the options in the head tracking section to the option gaze based target selection and activate it. Then in the advanced keyboard settings under vehicle targeting, we can assign the function lock selected target to any key. We have selected the standard key T here in order to be able to select our target in any mode.
I'm a game changer. I'm a risk taker.
This gives us the option of actively locking the target by aiming at it with our eyes and pressing our assigned key.
It's from me. I'm a game changer. Won't see me run from danger. I don't hide from the battle. The battle hides from me. I'm a game changer.
Actively aiming with the weapons as well as the use of tracking to access MFDs directly is not active in order to avoid an unfair advantage. However, the Tobii 5's combination of head and eye tracking offers the maximum immersion and the widest range of functions to date. However, the Tobii 5 also has a disadvantage. This piece of premium hardware with a hefty price tag of just under $230 is clearly aimed at enthusiasts who are prepared to pay a corresponding price for high-tech. We can only recommend that you use a bonus code to save 5% on any purchase. Details can be found in the video description. And of course, the padlock function is not necessary when using a head or even a head-eye tracker such as the Tobii 5, as we can of course fall back on an extended range of functions here.
I'm a game changer.
And if you like to fly or drive in the outside view, the overview as well as the range of vision is increased with the tracking hardware here, too, of course.
I'm a game changer. Won't see me run from danger.
So you can see exactly which asteroid you have crashed into.
Battle hides from me. I'm a game changer.
I hope you enjoyed the video and leave me a like and maybe even a subscribe here. With the possibility of firing missiles and torpedoes sideways or diagonally to the rear, we increase our combat strength considerably and are also a target not to be underestimated in space combat. The Padlock function also offers possibilities for those who do not use additional tracking hardware or who want to get to grips with the functionality first. Of course, the Tobii 5 offers the widest range of functions, but it comes at a steep price. But as always, I'm interested in your opinions on the subject. What do you think of the Padlock function or the Tobii 5? Let me know in the video comments. But as always, the most important thing at the end, a big thank you to all supporters, whether Patreons, channel members or Twitch subscribers. Without you, this wouldn't be possible and you are enormous motivation, for which we would like to say thank you. You rock! And of course, there will be extensive and top-notch giveaways from the best partners and us again this month. You can find how to take part and what to expect in the following announcement trailer. Good luck! I say goodbye, until next time, see you soon and as always, see you in the verse.
Let's go dancing in the city lights. Painted red, gonna be no better time. We're feeling high and you know we got a good flow. And there ain't no one gonna tell us no. No, let's go. No hesitating. We gotta move, we gotta shake, we gotta get up on our feet and liberated. You feel like something's out of control. Your mind says yes and your body says oh. Let's go. Let's go. The sky is lit and it's gonna be a good night. What's mine is yours if it makes you feel alright. I wanna dance, I can feel it in my bones now. Feel the pull, oh, come on, let your body flow. So let's go. No hesitating. We gotta move, we gotta shake, we gotta get up on our feet and liberated. You feel like something's out of control. Your mind says yes and your body says oh. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. No hesitating. We gotta move, we gotta shake, we gotta get up on our feet and liberated. Let's fly and levitated. We gotta shout, we gotta sing, and we make no apologies for celebrating. Feel like something's out of control. Your mind says yes and your body says oh. Let's go. Let's go.